What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. First and foremost, shout out to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are freaking amazing. Now, we do know this week we had such high hopes for consensus. We thought the bulls were going to return and everything was going to skyrocket. And unfortunately, it looks like the markets did the exact opposite. Now, we've gone over why this might be. There's many different speculative reasons. We've talked about this yesterday. But then again, if you do look at the previous charts of the market, you do see that consensus doesn't create an immediate boom. The whole blockchain New York City week, it kind of took like a 2-month sort of slow buildup to really get the markets to, really start moving again. So I hate to stretch it out that long, but we may have a potential period where we sort of have to just accumulate and see what happens with that. So just wanted to kind of touch on that really quick. However, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is really funny. Before we even get into the markets, I just wanted to talk to you about this. So there was this scam cryptocurrency apparently called HoweyCoins, and they featured Prince Charles, which is just ridiculous. Like, do some research on who you're using for the pictures. And he had a client testimonial where he said, "I'm so excited about HoweyCoin investment company. I'm so glad I found it and wish I would have found it sooner. This is a life-changing event for me. Thank you." Also, they had other ridiculous claims, like this one person that says, "I invested 4 Bitcoin on Thursday and received 8 Bitcoin on Friday." And what's hilarious is in the frequently asked questions where they asked, "Can you trust us?" Their answer was, "We believe frauds and scams harm Bitcoin as a whole, and we are firm believers it will be a success in the long run. We have strong moral values and would never steal or cheat anyone." And as of right now, the website is currently down. So there you go, guys. More scams going on. And now they have Prince Charles on the testimonials. So I just thought that was really funny as well. Oh, why is my computer telling me to update? Remind me tomorrow while I'm doing my video. Anyway, guys, so let's have a look at the market. We do see there's not much going on. I mean, let's take a quick refresh, actually. 380... All right, so the markets have not really done anything since I've had this page loaded. We're doing somewhat of a sideways pattern right now. We are seeing a few coins increase. There's really nothing major happening across the board. Binance coin took a little bit of a dip after the run that I had yesterday. ELF is doing pretty well. Fusion is actually doing well. Getting on the topic of that, actually, I completely forgot to mention this, guys. So yesterday's video, I did the top 6 mainnets that were coming up. I cannot believe I left off 2 of some of my favorite cryptos. So I forgot to mention that on June 30th, we have a double attack, a double whammy. We have high performance blockchain. Okay, they're doing the hardware and the software. I'm going to have these guys on the channel real soon. I want to do an update with them. They've agreed to come on and talk about basically where they plan on taking the company and how they're going to end up integrating everything into the other systems and all that stuff with, basically like I was saying is you could use this hardware on other blockchains as well for acceleration. So that really intrigued me. And the other one that I wanted to talk about was Fusion. So we have 2 mainnets coming out on June 30th. Also, I have not been to Fusion's website since they updated it. This actually looks really cool. If you guys watch my Fusion video, the website didn't look anything like this. So I'll have to definitely swing by and have a new look at this video, at this website. So that looks pretty cool. Now, moving on to what's going on in the market. So we have $250 million of Tether being printed. Here we go again. So, there's so much in the news about Tether. Are they really backed by dollars, this and that? Well, we are seeing that there might be some up-and-coming threats. I mean, we do have True USD, and so I wanted to kind of talk about this too. So right here, it says True USD's listing on Binance was too much for the price of the coin's liquidity to handle, as prices reached over $1.30 on Binance within minutes of the listing. Binance quickly had to reverse the listing of True USD before announcing that they would delay the trading date to the 22nd of May, which I believe is tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, as far as Tether goes, we all know what goes on with Tether. Nobody knows. I don't know. For me, guys, Tether's just a tool. If you want to hedge your bets against a falling market and then you want to kind of short it and buy back in. Other than that, I really don't care what Tether does. Are they backed by real dollars? Probably not. honestly. So, but you do have things like True USD coming out. However, having that volatility of a stable coin going from $1 to $1.30, that's going to be some problems. We definitely got to get that liquidity straightened out. Absolutely. So, some of the biggest news, in my personal opinion. So, if you guys were watching Omar's channel, Crypto's News, I had a live stream on there, and just before we came on, he had the live unveiling from Blocknet. So basically, they have the XRouter, okay? So let me just explain how cool the XRouter is right now, guys. The XRouter, an inter-blockchain SPV client or light wallet backend, enabling the verification of blockchain records from theoretically any blockchain without requiring users to download the blockchain in question. XRouter, guys. So this empowers lightweight dApps to harness contracts and protocols from other blockchains, laying a foundation stone for the decentralization of the API ecosystem. The Blocknet enables the technologies on any blockchain to become available via decentralized APIs, creating a paradigm shift from monolithic architecture development to microservice architectures. All right. So you can also verify records on any blockchain. So with the XRouter, it's now possible to verify blockchain records on theoretically any blockchain without downloading even a single chain. Now, we know that that's really crazy because if you want to actually, for example, if you want to verify, like, let's say Bitcoin, you know how large that blockchain is to download? I mean, I remember people that were downloading the A-Chain wallet were complaining that it was taking 2-3 days to sync. Can you imagine something like blockchain? So, you know, dApps running XRouter. So for example, you have a trader on a decentralized exchange and a user of a lightweight multi-wallet. They use XRouter to route requests to service nodes running full nodes on the blockchain of interest, all right? But the other thing I'll also point out that I was quite shocked to hear about is that you can also build upon the API. So XRouter is an interchain infrastructure. As such, it is available via API, enabling developers to harness its power to build next generation apps. So guys, XRouter, Blocknet, this is like amazing news coming out of this project. I'm actually extremely interested in it, and I would love to speak to a member of the team as well. So I'm going to try my hardest to get these guys on and have a discussion about this because I think this is pretty revolutionary, especially when you're talking about being able to look at any blockchain and the fact that you know, in theory, you don't even have to download it or anything like that. So that's really awesome news. Definitely going to look into that. Also, speaking of other coins, we do have Vechain announcing the Plair platform, the first ICO to launch on the VechainThor platform. So Plair will be a blockchain-backed platform to play, watch, and talk about gaming with the inclusion of community management and communication tools, in-game wagering, analytic tools such as cross-platform AI matchmaking, and they say it is going to be a true amateur esports market that they are about to be released. So this announcement serves as an introduction of the partnership between Plair and Vechain's ICO incubation team. Vechain CEO Sunny Liu will serve as strategic advisor to assist the company's execution of its development plans, and the private sale is happening very soon. It's coming up the 25th. So this is big, guys. I mean, we have Icon coming out with their dApps and their ICOs, and now we have Plair coming to Vechain, and I think that this is exactly what we were all waiting for. You know, you do have the mainnet coming up, so that's going to be real interesting as well. I wanted to talk about Switzerland. So Switzerland has actually been listed as the first in ranking of top 10 most blockchain-friendly countries in Europe. So they're saying that Switzerland is the #1 most blockchain-friendly country. Now, this is kind of a segue, but I'm leading into the fact that Hongfei of NEO is actually looking to expand to Switzerland. So some of the key points down here, he says that he believes that the Made in Switzerland brand will benefit his blockchain business, and he thinks that Zurich is one of the best places to enter the European market. Da believes that Swiss regulators are flexible but stable, and there is a range of talent as well as major financial institution. On differences between China and Switzerland concerning blockchain, Hongfei believes that China will have better technical expertise, but Switzerland and Western countries have a better climate for innovation and open source development of technology. So I will drop a link to this because there is this 26-minute interview with Hongfei where he goes on to basically explain his stance on the whole situation. He talks about, you know, basically getting more involved with Switzerland. So just for example, you know, you can see some of this.
Can protect privacy, but also eliminate those criminal activities or anonymity. Yeah.
You mentioned privacy, but
So
in
he
China,
goes on to
privacy-
talk about so much stuff. He talks about consensus mechanisms and a whole bunch of things. You guys got to check this out. I will definitely drop a link in the description. Also talking about other NEO issues. So they did have a problem. So, Red for Sec, which Eric Zhang is, heavily involved in, they said that they discovered a storage injection vulnerability in the code of some of the NEP5 token smart contracts. Now, this is not today. This actually, this happened yesterday. So it says the vulnerability exists within the smart contract code of some dApps. The NEO blockchain is not affected by the vulnerability. By exploiting this vulnerability, an attacker could make changes to the contract storage. An attacker can burn a certain amount of tokens and change the status of total supply within the contract. However, such an attack can only change the show value of the total supply. It will not change the actual supply volume. Also, here's a key point. In addition, the cost of this attack would be very high. Therefore, we consider the risk of damage from this attack very limited. So it would be like trying to perform a 51% attack on the Bitcoin network. It almost wouldn't even financially be worth it unless you were just trying to, make some kind of political statement or something like that. So they did release this update from the ecosystem saying that basically everything seems to be running all right, and they're doing checkups with a lot of the NEP5 tokens. And I just saw, this isn't even included in here, but I saw that Ontology tweeted out this morning. They say everything is good on their end. You have Blockchain Store saying that, they already tested the deployed BCS smart contracts. They're working fine. Deep Brain Chain is fine. QLC Chain is fine. Red Pulse, Trinity, they're all good. So we're still waiting to see what's going on with these. But as of right now, it looks like the problem is really easily fixed and everything seems to be going all right. So speaking of other NEO news, I wanted to talk about NewEcono Labs. So I spoke about this very briefly yesterday, but they released a testnet version of the NEO name service application. So long story short, basically all it is, you have your NEO wallet. It's this really long string of letters and numbers, and it's really annoying to have to send that to people. So NEO name service is just basically going to allow you to just create a name for your wallet. It could be Crypto Zombies wallet or KDub wallet or something like that, right? So in a nutshell, they are saying users who register a name on the testnet platform will be eligible to receive 50 NNC tokens, which is the NEO name surface token. So there you go, guys. You can't get any easier money than that. All you have to do is just go on, register, and you'll receive 50 NNC tokens. So that's probably the easiest money you're going to get. I know NEO's been really doing this a lot lately. I mean, especially you had the Ontology airdrop, then you had the MCT getting airdrop to everybody, and now you have NEO name service giving out more free tokens basically just for using it. So take advantage of this while you can, guys. Free money's free money, So that's basically the news coming out of NEO. There was this tweet as well from Mike around the world, and he basically just wanted to point out that NEXO has a fully automated working platform, not just a white paper and manual process. He says that his NEXO loan took less than a day, and he says that these guys are going to kill it. So I just wanted to point that out there. So people are using it. They're saying it's very fast. So that's really good news for NEXO when you compare it to some of these other projects. For example, he compared it to Salt. I've personally never tried Salt, so I don't know, but I guess they're saying that this is really, really good news for NEXO and NEXO holders as well. So that's good news coming out of that camp. Also, let's talk about a little bit of news, guys. So I did want to talk about India. So basically, long story short, Indian cryptocurrency exchanges, so they had that bit of the crackdown, right? You had the RBI blanket ban on digital currencies. But one of the funniest things about it is that they're basically saying, we don't care. And you're having all of these Indian exchanges pop up anyway, except they're just registering in other places. So, they're registering in Singapore, or they're registering in Malta, or these other places right here. So that's basically what's going on. So yeah, it looks like India is still gearing up to do very, very, very well. I mean, you have 1.4 billion people in India. Yeah, so they're definitely interested. That's really good news also. So check this out, guys. Snapchat's main investor is forming a cryptocurrency fund. So Lightspeed Venture Partners, that's what they're called. The main investment firm, which backed many successful technology companies like Snapchat, operator Snap, is planning to establish a fund that is exclusive to the cryptocurrency market. So based on several reports, Lightspeed Venture has already invested in the ICO Telegram, and they've invested in Basis, a stable cryptocurrency that aims to compete with Tether as well. It's expected to ramp up direct investments into blockchain projects and ICOs like Telegram and Basis and become heavily involved in the cryptocurrency sector as one of the major large-scale venture capital firms alongside Andreessen Horowitz and the Digital Currency Group. So those are just more instances of how these big VCs, these big firms, they're coming in and they are looking at crypto. There's so many people that have been explaining this as well. I mean, you can even see this. This was a snapshot taken on Twitter from Stephen Mickey, and he was just basically saying how FedEx says that they love Ethereum and they're hoping to launch a new transparent logistics tool soon, potentially built on Ethereum. Now, this is just coming from, I wasn't at here. I don't know. I didn't see this happen, and I know we don't talk about rumors on this channel, right? We only talk about cold hard facts. But that is basically what he was saying. So you are seeing these other companies potentially looking for blockchain solutions as we move forward, all right? Another thing too, so you have Coinbase having a venture capital fund themselves that they're looking to invest in a company called Compound, and their goal is to create cryptocurrency liquidity. And Coinbase isn't the only one who jumped in on Compound and this $8.2 million seed round of investments. Now, that's seed. Okay, that's like before the, you have the ICO sale, you have the pre-sale, you have all these different things, and then you have seed. So you got 8.2 million in just the seed of this investment alone. And you can also see there's other people investing, such as Polychain Capital, Bain Capital. So these are just more people getting interested in crypto as we speak. Then you also have Jim Rogers predicting that we may see a bear market in general, not in crypto. He's talking about the market as a whole. Okay, he's an economic expert. And one of the things that he kind of says is that, you should never put your money in things that you don't understand. But there is a potential chance that with all of these other things happening in the background, people might look to cryptocurrencies as a way to hedge their bets against the bear market that could potentially be hitting the real markets, the real stocks and all that coming soon. So that's just something that I kind of wanted to speak on that behalf. We also have a lot of other things happening too, lots of adoption. So you have the Transport Miniter of Malta announcing a partnership with UK middleware blockchain Omnitude. Now, Omnitude is a project that I've been looking at for quite some time. I remember a lot of people were talking about it in my Telegram chat quite some time ago. So they're basically going to help improve the Maltese public transport service. So Maltese Transport Minister Ian Borg says that the partnership between Omnitude and the Maltese transport system to create a transport and logistics blockchain platform will develop overall improvements in transport reliability. By the way, I really like this graphic. I don't know why. That's really cool how they're like linking it together. I like Cointelegraph's graphics. They're really fun to look at. You also have Norway considering the Norway Central Bank considering developing their own digital currency. So I was just talking about the e-franc potentially being created, and now you're looking at Norway potentially having their own digital cryptocurrency as well. So I do wonder moving forward, are we going to see all of these fiats go digital? Are we going to have a Fed coin? Are we going to have an e-franc and a Norway dollar or whatever it is that they're going to decide to use? I do wonder it because you're hearing so many countries talk about it. So you really do have to wonder if, eventually everything is going to be going digital as well. The other thing too is you have the former head of Visa in the UK, Mark O'Brien, recently joining the crypto consumer payment startup, Crypterium it's called, and they aim to make it possible to spend crypto in everyday situations. So these are just what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Like, the markets suck right now, and we've taken that dip, and we just keep bouncing back in this channel, right? I mean, hopefully we don't go back down to the 200, 250, but I think we got to break above that $500 billion valuation of the market cap. I think once we can break either 500 billion or a $10,000 Bitcoin, that's my personal opinion, that's just totally what I think. I think a $10,000 Bitcoin or a $500 billion market cap, whichever comes first. And I think that is when we're going to see the catalyst. So that's what I would keep my eyes out personally as far as that goes. Also, too soon, guys? So somebody totally made this, and I mean, I'm not trying to say that Bitcoin is necessarily taking over right now, but I kind of wanted to share it because I'm sure you guys have seen this video. So just check this out. He just, he comes in obviously, and you guys know what happens. So if that wasn't enough to sort of cheer you up, make you laugh, somebody took the time to actually make a periodic table of crypto starting, all the way from Bitcoin to Chainlink, and it shows you the rank, total, the symbol, project name, price, and market cap. Guess some people have a lot of time on their hands. What can I say? So that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.
I'm going to give you a flyer question, a freebie here, which is not a hodl or frodl question. But when you take a look at the world, there are thousands, right, of coins out there. Which is the one that you are most excited about right now? Wow, it could be one that we mentioned. It could be one that's off the board, something that we have not mentioned.
So I'm excited for a new generation of protocols like Ethereum. And in that, there's a whole lot of protocols, Oasis, Zilliqa, Thunder Token. These are all new blockchains which are coming up. Now, when you think about blockchain, you're thinking about decentralization, you're thinking about security, and you're thinking about scalability. Ethereum has scalability issues. They're doing 15 transactions per second, which means that's not real world stuff. You can't bring it to the real world because it's 15 transactions per second. But some of the other blockchains are resolving this, and they're promising 10,000 transactions per second. EOS, Cardano, Oasis, Thunder, these are all Zilliqa. These are all tokens which are promising scalability, security, and decentralization. Yeah. But they don't have the developer community that Ethereum has got. Okay. And that's why I said I'm going to hodl Ethereum, but I am placing some other bets on these new side chains.
Okay, Rand, great to see you. Thanks.